welcome, my newly indicted villains, although some of you might not be villains. Well, fuck you then! Welcome anyway to the Super Vlillain vlogs. Yes, I forgot to do that last episode because I was still getting into the hang of, doing this show again. But now I've remembered that I am supposed to start the show with an orgasm every time, although I probably just ruined the magic by admitting that they're orgasms. No, they're not orgasms, they're just me yelling. Yeah, I'm just yelling. Okay, so here it is. Here's the second episode of Super Vlillain Vlogs. And this week, the amount of shows has finally gotten up. Yes, after one whole episode, the amount of shows have gone up to 3 episodes instead of 2 episodes to talk about each week. We have 3 this week, as opposed to that one previous episode this season where we had less. Yes, so let's start those 3 with, of course, Gotham. Yes. And as I've said last episode, this new guy, Theo, probably not Theo Huxtable, but Theo has proposed to do a more organized, set of villainy. He's going to organize the villainy now, organize it into a whole team, a whole great, awesome, A-team type, team of individuals, all specifically chosen. Well, they weren't really chosen, it's just that all the prisoners who happened to be in one room at the Arkham. But anyway, he got the team. And so we have this glorious alignment, this glorious roster of villains at our disposal. This great lineup. Yes, we have the man who may or may not be Black Mask at our disposal. Oh, wait a minute. Oh God, he's been killed. Oh, he got killed by Tigra. Or is it Tigress? I'm sorry, I keep confusing her name. Is it Tigra or Tigress? Or is it just Tiger? I don't know. I don't know which one it is. There's so many, okay? Jesus Christ. There's that one in the friggin' Marvel movies, not movies, but comic books, and then there's that one in Thundercats. It's very hard to keep track of all these tiger ladies. Although I think the one in Thundercats is a dude. But anyway, so yes, he is killed, so I guess he was not Black Mask then. So does that mean that he's related to Black Mask? Because his last name is Sionus, and the first Black Mask was Rowan Sionus, so was that the real Black Mask's father, or was that his uncle? Because he didn't seem like a father. I guess that was his uncle, his creepy, kooky uncle. So yeah, that character is dead for some reason. But that's okay, because we've got 5 left. We have 5 glorious potential supervillains yet left. And now, this episode is dedicated to, I almost said dudicated. Dudicated. It's dedicated to, basically supervillain workshop. It's a supervillain boot camp for these 5 individuals now. Training them up to shape. It's Theo's job to mold them into pure supervillainy. And, one of them, of course, is destined to become a fantastic one, and that is the Joker. He even tries to commit his suicide several times by pointing a gun at himself, and every time he shoots, there's a blank, because the bullet is decided, no, Joker is way too cool for me to kill him, okay? And he's not even Joker yet. I have to wait till he becomes Joker. So yes, so that is fantastic. And even though he's the only, now that he may not be Black Mask is dead, that leaves Joker as the only known villain in this group left. I mean, there is Barbara, who's from the comic books too, but she was never a villain in that. She was just there to, give birth to Barbara Gordon and that crazy psychopath Jim Jr. guy. That's it. Oh, and then I think she eventually died. But anyway, yes. So we're covering new ground now, new uncovered ground. Yes, very exciting, very different with this new Barbara. She's becoming a supervillain in her now in front of our very eyes. She's luring Jim Gordon out of GCPD. Yes, she's luring him out of there so she can have that big bald guy beat the shit out of him and all the blood, thus cementing her in potential super villainy. Oh, it's so glorious and fantastic. The only thing that would ruin this is Riddler continuing to be Two-Face, even though he's supposed to be the Riddler. What the fuck are you doing? Edward Nygma is supposed to become Riddler, not Two-Face. Next thing you know, we're gonna see Harvey Dent all of a sudden try to make riddles and make people solve them, and being played by Jim Carrey. So yes, but let's get back to the boot camp of supervillains. Yes, a lot of great potential here. A lot of fantastic students who are hungry for supervillain, who are ready to become fantabulous supervillains, like the kooky smiley guy. Oh, he got killed. Oh, he got killed real badly. Oh, he got shot by that by the Tiger Lady. Damn it, Tiger Lady! Why do you keep shooting all of them? I mean, I know they're insubordinate, but still, you could have given like 3 strikes and you're out type of thing. But nope, you just immediately killed him. I'll like you more as soon as you develop a personality. Okay, Tiger Lady. Okay. So yes. So that just leaves the big bald man. That leaves Barbara. That leaves Joker, and that leaves the guy who looks like he could be Josh Gad's homeless twin brother. Yes, he's still there with his messy hair and whatnot, and he's got a lot of potential too. I mean, he has like this rivalry with Joker. Who knows? Maybe he's actually someone from the comic books. Maybe he will grow to have this constant rival with Joker, and they will be constantly butting heads all the time. This could be a fantastic supervillain in the making! And he dies too immediately. God damn it! Why the fuck would you put together this fantabulous supervillain team just to kill most of them at the beginning of the season? Ugh. Half the team is dead now. All we got left is Barbara, the big bald man, and the ginger kid who may or may not be Joker. And the reason why I'm a little bit doubtful all of a sudden is because the previews for next episode implies that this might be it for Jerome. Yes, Jerome, even though it looks like it's pronounced Jeremy. Yes, it looks like this could be the end of the line. Oh God, oh no. Yes, his father is back, played by Felix Faust. And he seems to be the main antagonist of that, and looks very dark and ominous. And I'm like, oh no, is he gonna die? Does that mean that we never see the Joker come to be? Or is it someone else gonna be the Joker? Because if that's the case, then why the fuck did you do that to us? Give us a red herring, you assholes. Unless, if he does die, that could still mean he's the Joker, because Joker is known for always cheating death all the time. So if he comes back, that will cement that he is truly our Joker. Too bad we have to wait till next week. So now let's move on to the show that had its premiere this week. And of course that show is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yes, the show that our good friend Graviton is a part of a continuity of and still hasn't paid off still. But I don't mind looking into it while he keeps moping about still not showing back up there. So, let's talk about, how these villains are doing now. Oh, wait a minute, most of them are dead. God damn it. The only one who's still alive is Ward, thankfully enough. But we don't see him in this premiere. No, they have to wait till next week. Or maybe the week after that. Or maybe the week after that. Oh, no, God, oh. So, yeah, it's going to be a while till we see Ward. Or maybe not, I don't know, but the point is that we do get supervillainy here. A lot of new supervillainy, and I'm always for new supervillainy, if we have to get rid of the old and in with the new. And what is the new we have? Well, we have an organization that is competing with S.H.I.E.L.D. in, finding all the Inhumans. Yeah, because last season, it turns out that, the estrogen mists have affected fish, and the fish were turned into fish oil pills, and the fish oil pills can turn people into Inhumans, but it can't turn them into statues, which I guess is I guess they did that just to avoid the idea of mass genesis with that. So nope, they just turn into Inhumans. That's fine. It doesn't turn non-Inhumans into statues, but whatever. I'm not here for that. I'm here for the potential villainous Inhumans. And our first Inhuman, newly transformed, is Joey. Hello, Joey. Do you have a chipmunk ventriloquist dummy? And is there a rock star who is going to write a song about how much you suck? Oh, wait a minute, different Joey. This Joey has awesome melting powers. Now, a lot of people on the internet have already speculated who he could be. And luckily, thankfully, thank you guys, you have all guessed super villains. You've guessed Melter, you've guessed Molten Man, you've guessed pretty much it. But yes, but out of all of them, I'm a little scared that he might just be a random character they just pulled out of their asses. So there's no telling what side he's really on. He'll probably just be in the lineup of the secret warriors that Sky is trying to put together, even though it's pretty obvious they can't do much of them, so it's just gonna be like new Inhumans, even though that's not what the secret warriors were, you freaking dumbass! But anyway, enough of that. Let's move on from that, because he's probably gonna keep being a good guy, maybe. I don't know, and frankly, I will not care until I get good, concrete confirmation that he is a villain. But for now, he can have fun in his flying porta-potty, flying up to a giant manta ray thing. But anyway, let's see here. Yes, I was about to talk about the competing organization that's trying to kidnap all of the Inhumans until I was rudely interrupted by myself. So here we go. Here it is. The glorious organization against S.H.I.E.L.D. this time around. And who is the glorious lady running it? Who is this glorious majesty of supervillainy, a potential big bad for the season? Oh, it's another made-up character. What the fuck is wrong with you? The comic books are filled with all kinds of different supervillains. Now it's gonna be left for people to guess that she actually is someone from the comic books, and that her actual name is just hiding who she actually is. But to that I answer, wait a minute, guys. They can't keep doing that. They've already done that several times already. I think they might be done with that, but who knows? My guess is that maybe she's secretly Monica Rapacini. And for those of you who don't know, Monica Rapacini is one of the various leaders of AIM. Yes, let's give AIM another go in the cinematic universe. They were completely squandered upon in Iron Man 3, complete waste. So why not give it another go? And why not have it be in something that the rest of the universe probably doesn't give a shit about? So yes, that is my proposal as to what this organization is. But that's not the last villainy we have here. Oh no! We have one more. And the person that offers us this glorious source of villainy finally is not only an Inhuman, but is an Inhuman who is actually from the comic books. Yes, we did it, guys. We actually have an Inhuman from the comic books now. I mean, I know Quake is from the comic books, but keep in mind, Quake was not an Inhuman in that version, so, in the comic books. So this means we actually do have our full-on, very first actual Inhuman from the comic books. And his name is Lash. Lash? Who the fuck is Lash? I'm gonna have to look this up now. I'm gonna have to use fucking Google. Okay, I found out who Lash was. Apparently he was first introduced in 2014. That was last year. You mean to tell me that they have been bragging all this time about, hey, we finally got an Inhuman from the comic books, and it turns out it's a character who didn't exist until, like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was a season old? It's like this character wasn't around when the show even started. So you could argue that he was practically made for the show, and he just showed up in the comic books first, so you could say that he was based on him. Well, we're gonna have to deal with him nonetheless. And what does he look like? What glorious creative way do they go with him? Oh, it's another porcupine person. Well, to be fair, he was a porcupine person before it was cool. He was a porcupine person before Raina became a porcupine person. So for all we know, Raina was copying her. But now that she had an untimely death, he must take over as the representative of porcupine people for Marvel. By the way, there are porcupine people in Marvel, but they're not, actual Inhumans. They're just people who dressed up as porcupines. I think one fought Ant-Man, so there you go. But however, much like Raina, that means that this porcupine person also has a power that has nothing to do with being a porcupine. And that power apparently is energy blasts. So yes, I hope we can finally get this guy to be on the show maybe later down the line. I can't wait to see his whole, opinion on this. And let's hope he is a full-blooded, great, glorious villain. Not those, Inhumans, bullshit Inhumans who, like, eventually turn good. Like Lincoln, ugh. Or those others. Blech. No, I want some good old-fashioned Inhuman villains, like the ones that died last season. Oh, how I miss them. But we have to wait for Maxwell the Mad till 2019 for him. So, it's all about patience. Alright, let's move on now. Oh, by the way, apparently that big rock that ate up Jim Simmons, turns out it was actually a portal to another universe. Yay, that means she gets to, well, not another universe, to the other side of the universe, to another planet. So I guess that means she gets to cross over with Guardians of the Galaxy. Yay! Alright, let's move on now to the final show of the week. And of course, that is Heroes. Yes, Reborn. I should keep, I should always follow that with Reborn and completely ruin that fantabulous harmony. Yes, that is the final show to talk about this week, of course. And, don't get too used to it, because this is going to only last, like, half the season, because this is 13 episodes, as opposed to everyone else's, like, 26. By the way, that's a freaking whole lot. Good God. So, yeah, they're taking the easy route, Heroes. And then they're going to take a break and be like, are we going to do more? I don't know. So anyway, as I said last week when I was talking about the 2-hour premiere, there was just too much to talk about. Like, and that comes with the territory when you talk about, stuff that isn't from the comic books, especially with Heroes, since it's nothing but stuff that's not from any comic book, just eventually turns into a comic book. And that is that you don't really know who the villain is yet. So there's still that problem. And so, I continue on my search for villains throughout this series. Last episode, I kind of thought that maybe the guy who got hit in the face was a villain, you know, the Evo who got hit in his face and he's got a big old band-aid this episode. But then the chick who turns out to be Molly Walker, even though we didn't see that coming because she's played by a different actress, pointed out, hey, he's gonna get his ass killed possibly. So maybe he's more of a damsel in distress than a villain. Fuck you then, you freaking dumbass. But anyway, so what does that mean for us then? Who is the villain here? The main antagonist? I can't really tell anymore. So frustrating. I mean, I had so much high hopes for the Penny Man, you know, Forget Phil, but I decided to stop calling him Forget Phil because it sounds too much like a curse word that's offensive, so instead I'm calling him the Penny Man, and all he's doing in this episode is just talking to that teleporting boy's mother, like, hey, I know what's best for him. He's gonna be the Jesus of these Evos. He's gonna be Evo Jesus. So I've lost my confidence in Penny Man. God damn it. Then there were a bunch of thugs that the Mexican wrestler guy fought, but they're not Evos. They're not villains. Much of villains. They're just people to fight. Where are my villains? Wait a minute. There's this lady in town now. This red-headed lady, and she's got with her some kind of Cyclops ray thing that keeps Cyclops from shooting too many rays at people. I wonder what she's gonna do with that Cyclops visor. Is she gonna cosplay maybe? Is she gonna cosplay as Cyclops? You know, one of those gender switching type cosplays? Is that what you're doing, lady? Oh no, it's not. She's using it to track every single evil in the entire world. She is using it to track every single one, even one at her presentation that she tells the police to their security to get a hold of, even though the security was probably going to do that anyway because they're not freaking stupid. But yes, she's there. She's glorious. Oh, she's a bigoted asshole. She's perfect. She's just like Donald Trump, except she's got the charisma of Steve Jobs. Rest in peace, Steve Jobs. You're not as bad as Donald Trump. But yes, she also has the evil, greedy bigotness of Donald Trump. She's Jobs Trumpula. Jobs Trump's Cyclops lady. She is our super villain of the season. She is our glorious big bad. Although then again, Heroes has been notorious for giving us a villain and then turning out they're not the main villain, it's someone else. But no, she's already got a villain who's working for her, who we thought was the main villain. I'm not gonna get too much into him because he's got his own segment this week. So you can check out the links to see who I'm talking about. But anyway, yes, so the superhero show known as Heroes Reborn is in good hands of this evil, bigoted asshole lady. And even though she's a bigot, she's still a supervillain nonetheless. At least, hopefully she'll be a supervillain. I mean, she's got to accompany that with a costume eventually, you know. But anyway, so in the meantime, the horn-rimmed glasses man is still trying to figure out his past and whatnot. And, you know, maybe the past version of himself is a villain, you know, trying to forget, that, and, you know, his later hero side is trying to forget his villain side. So maybe he's a villain too, just in hindsight. But anyway, the foresight is that this show is over. So yes, that was our week of supervillains. Now, last season what I did was I would rank all the villains. But this season, I've decided to instead just give me like who's the big on top villain of the week and who's on the bottom. The one who is on top, of course, is Cyclops, bigoted asshole, Donald Trump lady. And on the bottom, I guess, is Josh Gad's homeless brother. So that was the episode, everybody. I will see you next week with 2 more additions to the show. Yay! Yay! Oh God, I'm overworking myself. No, don't tell people I'm overworking myself. They're gonna be judgmental. This is the perfect amount of stuff to do. Yay! I'll see you next time.